Hey guys, it's Gus, and I hate making these videos. We should never have to make them, especially ones that are so completely blatant. So we don't know if there's a new team running this game, but it appears so, ever since the Winter Festival around that time. And there's been a series of, you can't even call them missteps because that usually implies an accident, something, an oversight. But what's been going on has been so blatant. When they had the cold light walker in the Zen market for 4 weeks, and then the week after they pulled it off, they said, "Oh, we just noticed it was not performing how it's supposed to, and we're going to nerf it." The week after we pull it off, after being in the Zen market for a month and not do anything for the players who bought it, you know, nerfs happen, but that's just absurd. Crashing the gold market and not doing anything to fix that. Oh well, what happens. Nerfing the winter festival so players have less ways to make AD. Yeah, I got it. Changes happen. Usually they don't go backwards though. And then I've had a trouble ticket open since February where I bought 400 legendary keys or not legendary keys, the ones that open the chest at the end of dungeons, and they've been kicking the can. That's been an ongoing saga for 2 months. I'm just like, give me back the 400 keys. I'll never get the time back. But they just did it again. So some of you may have watched my stream last week where I opened around 700 or so of the magnificent lock boxes. And I was going after a mountain. I didn't get it. I was like, man, I had really bad luck. That was really unfortunate. That's this lockbox right here. Well, it turns out I didn't have bad luck. It turns out that this lockbox was not dropping the advertised contents. So the escargot mount was not in that lockbox. And I thought I had bad luck, but players that I know and trust reach out to me and go, hey, I opened way more than you and I didn't get it. And nobody on any platform had gotten it. So I'm like, holy shit, it's not in there. So I wrote a trouble ticket that Thursday night, and they're like, "Hey, thanks for letting us know the bug." I'm like, "No, I'm not letting. I already put that on Discord. I'm not letting you know the bug. I want the keys back, or I want them out, or whatever. You created a problem. Are you gonna fix it?" So what they did is they turned off this lockbox on Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday we couldn't open. If you try to open it, you'd get this error message saying this pack cannot currently be opened pending a fix to its contents. When this is fixed, it will be announced in the patch notes. Well, it was fixed today. We can open it now, and it was not in the patch notes. So again, more miscommunication, and it is dropping this mount. And they added it to collections that wasn't in here until this morning. That's this mount right here. It supposedly gives us more mount movement speed, which is really a good quality of life improvement. The only way to get those, in this lockbox. It is not in the magnificent mythic mount pack though. So if you open these and at the 250th opening, you get the magnificent mount pack. That magnificent mount pack does not have that mount. I was looking, I was hoping so. So what they did is, I know some people are like, it's just 700 dragon keys. I don't remember 60, 70,000 Zen. I know to a lot of people that's no big deal. For me, it was like a 10-month grind to get that 9-month grind. So pretty annoying. But there's a lot of people spending money on that Zen, and they faced a lot of disappointment. And they wouldn't have spent those keys trying to get that mount if they would have known that mount was not in there. I don't know what the term would be for that, making a promise and not adhering to it when you're selling something. You know, bait and switch. I don't know. I just don't want to keep putting these guys down. But we can't help it, because they keep doing this. And I've said this for the longest time. I want to trust this company. I want to have faith in this company until they hold their end of the bargain and show that they have some type of moral compass, that they do the right thing. I'm not trying to say don't spend money in Neverwinter. That never works, and it just makes the person saying that look like an asshole. But I'm just saying, if you're gonna put money into a game, you should probably trust them a little bit. And they're doing the opposite of earning our trust. They're doing the complete opposite. By false advertisement and bait and switch tactics and misrepresentation, kind of fraudulent. If the fix was not closing this lockbox, that was stopping the problem. The fix is resolving the issue that you created because of this, which means all the players. I know I cannot be the only one who opened this lockbox because the prices were going up like crazy that day. There was something going on, and a lot of people opened these, and a lot of people got duped. And we know we got duped. They let us know we got duped when they put that error message in there, and they put it back today, and now it's dropping and it's in the collections. I know people will say blame the victim mentality. That's your fault for opening the lock boxes. That's what you get for trusting this game. Yeah, I get it. I'm so used to it. It's such a sham. But you need to be informed, and there's very little communication in this game. The official, unofficial Discord it's been over moderated to such an extent that nothing gets done there. It's horrible how shitty that's been ran. Nobody really uses Facebook like they used to. So we have to a lot of word of mouth and a lot of private groups figuring this stuff out. I would love to test, but for some reason PlayStation doesn't have this on preview. Ugh, that's a whole nother story. But anyways, again, these lock boxes are now dropping this mount. If you bought the packs and opened them last week and you didn't get the mount, I'd recommend you write the help desk and ask for your keys back. I don't know if they will give them back, but the more people who let them know, hey, I don't appreciate being duped, that's not cool of you, the more they may respond. If you just Google ARC forum help desk, it should bring it up. Well, if you got any questions or comments, please do so below. Stay class, Neverwinter. See you soon.